evening, everybody, and welcome to Halifax High School, where tonight the Trojans and the Millersburg Indians lock up in the Tri-Valley League second half championship ball game. The Trojans, of course, won the first half championship, so if we can defeat these Millersburg Indians tonight, we will be league champions overall for 1992-93. However, if the Millersburg Indians should trip up the Trojans, and they did the last time out, that would force another game this coming Saturday right here at the same venue here at Halifax. So we're hoping for the Trojans to settle things tonight, but you never can tell. These Millersburg Indians are upset-minded. They look like they are here to play, and the Trojans have to be sharp against these Indians. So the league championship on the line tonight as far as the Trojans are concerned, and for Millersburg, their chance to play for the league championship would be determined by their victory here tonight. So we'll be getting started here in just a minute or two as they have the introduction of the players, and then we'll be set for the opening tip. It is a crowded gymnasium, as you can imagine. The gym was sold out prior to the basketball game, so every seat that is available has been sold. Some of the people still filing in, not many though, some of the latecomers, I guess. But otherwise, a good crowd here tonight as it's a league championship game. So we have, of course, a lot of fans here from Halifax and from the surrounding areas that want to see some good basketball, and they're here in droves, and it's very, very noisy here, that's for sure. I know it never seems that way maybe on the TV, but it really is noisy. Jeff Miller will get the start, of course, for UDA. Jeff filling in as the point guard lately for UD with the illness to Chris Troutman. Next will be Scott Markle. Scott played an excellent ball game last time out against Middleburg, and we're looking for a big game tonight from Scott Markle. A pair of Scotts out here now, two of three, as Scott Bechtel, the sophomore super guy, is introduced for UDA. The fourth guy is going to be Sean Herb, and we need a big game out of Sean Herb tonight once again. He's been fantastic all year. And the final guy out there is, of course, Scott Reed, our big center. And Scott, one heck of a good ball player. So we'll be back here now. We'll get the Millersburg lineups and be set to go in just a moment. When you're playing a final game like this, that means everything to both ball clubs. It certainly generates an awful lot of excitement. The kids over here have turned around as they're getting the introductions of the Millersburg ball players. The fans over here ignoring the introductions. They're going to be quiet and ignore them just as though Millersburg isn't here, you know. So we'll see what they do, see if that has any effect on the ball game. So Millersburg will be introduced here now as they send out their starting five. The man with the microphone just lost contact. Well, maybe that's an omen. They can't announce the Millersburgers. He's trying, but nothing going on. So we'll see what happens here and be back with intros as soon as they get the microphone fixed. Well, there will be no introductions of the Millersburg Ball Club because the microphone has lost its power. And so we'll find out who they're going to start when they get on the floor. In the meantime, as I said, a raucous crowd. Man, this crowd is ready, and this place will hum until one team shows a good advantage over the other. That'll quiet some of them down, I guess. But look for a close battle tonight, as the Millersburg Indians did in the Trojans a couple of weeks ago at Millersburg, and the Trojans looking to avenge that loss. It was only one of two losses in the entire season for UDA, who comes in with a 21-2 record, one of them being a blemish by Millersburg. And we've got Tobias out here along with Hung Vo. Whitmer, let's see, who is the other two fellas? 23 there is Troutman, and 21 is Hand. So we're ready to go now, as Scott Reed will tip it off out there with that Troutman guy. And here we go. This is for all the marbles. Opening tip, control over there. Let's see, Vo taps with it with Bechtel, but UD controls. And the Trojans with the first offensive effort of the ball game. Inside they go to Reed. Reed for two. It's good. Oh, I beg your pardon. That's Scott Markle. Or Scott Bechtel. Oh, my gosh. I'm excited, too, folks. Anyway, Bechtel hits the first 2 points of the ball game as Whitmer drops it over there for Troutman. Troutman will drive on the baseline. He's blocked out of there as he goes outside. Inside they go with it, tapped away. Tobias still has it for Troutman on the wing. He'll bump inside, shot taken over there, no good. Rebound tapped around, Bechtel wrestles for it, and it goes on the floor. The foul's going to be called. They're going to call the foul on UDA. I think Scott Bechtel may have picked up the personal foul. Yep, wait a minute. No, the foul was on Millersburg, number 23. Number Troutman, 23. Troutman picks up the foul for Millersburg. There's a pass on the near side for Miller. Out in front, they go with it now. Now spinning it this way, Scott Reed picks the ball up. Inside here for Bechtel. Bechtel's shot is rejected by Whitmer, and right back here for Troutman. Troutman across the timeline, near wing over here now. As they try to pass it inside, ball rolls loose. Whitmer grabs it, puts a shot up, no good. Return shot in there by that 21 wouldn't go, and it's going to go out of bounds off Millersburg, and it'll be UD ball. Upper Dauphin will inbound the ball to see if we can add to our 2-point lead. 2-0 UDA. Over the wing for Herb. Markle back outside. Now Herb's got it. Over the left wing. Shot from over there by Sean. Wouldn't go. Rebound tipped around in there. They're going to call a foul on Scott Reed. It'll be Reed's first. The team's first. Came with 6:35 remaining in the first period. On the inbounds pass now, Tobias had it. Gives it to Whitmer. He'll start it back for the Millersburg Indians. Waiting for Troutman to come along. Troutman has it. Troutman inside he goes. Tobias from 14 feet out, no good. Rebound inside there to Whitmer. He puts a shot up, no good. Rebound tipped around. Tobias has it, spins an 8-footer up, that won't go. Rebound inside there. Verveau, his shot won't go. And finally the Trojans come down with it. They're going to call a jump. It's going to stay Millersburg ball. As he tied it up inside there. And Millersburg will inbound the basketball. Hand will inbound for the Indians. Inbound over there on the wing. This is Troutman. Nick working it out in front. Near wing over here for Hand. Hand from outside for two. No good. And the rebound comes down here to Jeff Miller. He'll drop it back. Here is Marco. Spins it over the left wing for Herb. Now back outside. Inside they go. Turnaround shot by Bechtel. Won't go. Rebound tipped around in there and grabbed by Tobias. And he'll start it back for Millersburg. Troutman in front. Troutman 15-footer. Hold everything. Foul called. Foul will be on Scott Markle. Before the shot, so it'll be non-shooting. Markle picks up his first. Team's second personal foul. Hand will inbound the ball. Near wing over here, Tobias dumps it inside for Whitmer. Whitmer for two, it's good. And we're tied up 2-2. Markle over there for that Sean Herb. Inside here now, Reed showing one up a little short. Not much arch on that one. And Troutman steps on the end line on the rebound, so it'll be UD ball. As Scott Markle will inbound for Upper Dauphin. Back here for Sean Herb. Sean would like to hang up a three, but he steps up for two. It's good. It's a two-bagger, and it's now 4-0 4-2 UDA by two. Whitmer dropping it here for Troutman. Near side to go with it. Ball tapped out of there by Scott Bechtel. On a good move inside. Scotty got a big arm out there and poked that one out of bounds. Handle inbound the ball for Millersburg. Troutman on the baseline tries to drive it inside. It's knocked out of there by Markle. Markle with a good move that time. Did not pick up a foul on that one and really reached in there and gave him a bump. Here's a shot by Troutman. It's good. 4-4. We're tied. Markle goes inside with it now over here for Miller. Inside to Reed. Reed for two. It's good. Scott Reed gets himself two, and it's now a 6-4 ball game. UD by two. UD the visitor on the scoreboard, incidentally, whenever we see the scoreboard. This is Troutman working around in front for Tobias. Tobias in the baseline, puts a shot up, blocked away. Ball rolls loose, picked up by Hung Bo. Out front he goes with it. Here's a shot for three by Troutman, no good. Rebound tipped around in there. Bo handles it, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound to Whitmer. He puts the shot up, no good. And a foul's going to be called. And the foul will be on Bo, as he pushed off underneath trying to get that final rebound, and he'll pick up the personal foul. UD will inbound the ball. We're all tied up at, 6-4 UD. Clock's at his place where I can't see it. Sean from outside, no good. And a foul called. The foul will be on Tobias. He picks up the personal foul. And Sean Herb will go to the line, shooting 2. Here's Sean's first shot. It's good. It's 7-4, 4:08 left here in the first quarter. And we're going to have a replacement in here now as Tobias will come out. Williams comes in for Millersburg. Sean Herb at the line shooting his second shot. It is good. Sean shooting 3. That's right. He was fouled in 3-point range. And so he gets to shoot 3. He's made 2 out of 2. And let's see if Sean can make a perfect 3 out of it. He did. It's now 9-4 UDA by 5 with 4:08 left here in the first quarter. Here comes Hand. Bounce pass over there, and he runs with the foot with the ball. Oh, yeah. Traveling over there, called on Williams as he took off. Looked good in the NBA, but not in the PIAA. And back come the Trojans. This is Herb coming back, or Markle rather. Near side here. Now inside they go to Reed. Back outside here. Markle from outside for 3. That's short. Off the front of the rim. It comes right there to Herb. Herb for 2. Wouldn't go. Rebound there to Miller. And Miller is fouled. And the foul will be on Troutman. And Jeff Miller will go to the foul line shooting 2. Timeout called by the Millersburg Indians with just 3:43 remaining here in the first quarter. UDA up 9-4. Miller will be at the line shooting 2. Millersburg timeout is over as Jeff Miller steps to the line to shoot the first of his 2. His first shot is good. It is 10-6 UDA by 6, or 10-4 UDA by 6. And here's Jeff's second shot, and it is also good. 2 perfect foul shots by the Jeffster, and it's now 11-4 as Hand works it back up court for Millersburg. Near wing over here for Troutman. He'll take it out front, trying to look for something to develop. Inside he goes for Hand. This is Williams. Out in front, Troutman. Troutman works it inside, bounces it on the baseline, picked up in there by Reed. Pass coming back here for Jeff Miller. Jeff for 2. It's good! Jeff Miller, who has all kinds of trouble at times with the layup, put it in. It's now 13-4 UDA. Back comes that Hand guy on the wing over here for Troutman. Inside they go with it. Nice pass on the baseline over there for Whitmer, and Whitmer's got 2. Trojans just left him open over on the right baseline. There wasn't much they could do to stop that one. And over in the wing it goes now, and inside Bechtel for 2. No good. Rebound in there to Miller. Miller puts a shot up a little short. Rebound tipped up and controlled by Hand of Millersburg. Gosh, he had an opportunity there. Over in the wing. This is Troutman, or Williams. He dribbles it in, puts a shot up. No good. Rebound to Reed. Quick outlet over here for Sean Herb. Sean stopping and popping for 2. No good. Rebound tipped up there and controlled by Whitmer on the second rebound. And back come the Millersburg Indians. Williams out in front now for Hand. Hand spins in, puts a 15-foot shot up and in. Good. It is 13-8. UD down, lead down to 5. Inside for Reed. Reed with a turnaround shot. It's good. Scott Reed from 12 feet out. Nails one. Nice shot by the Scottster. 15-8 UD. Here comes that Hand across the timeline. Spinning and weaving his way into the corner here for, oh, wait a minute, foul. Blocking foul called on Markle. Scott picked up his second personal foul, and that's going to let Nick Troutman go to the line. Or will it? No, he won't. None shooting. Millersburg will inbound the ball. Okay, Millersburg will inbound the basketball over here for Troutman. Troutman tries to dribble it in, tapped out of there by Miller, but inside they go with it, knocked away by the Trojans. Bechtel with a steal. Here comes Sean Herb trying to make a run for it, but it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be UD ball. They claim it went off Millersburg. Schroeder in there arguing that or indicating that it went off UD, but the referee said no, off Millersburg, and so Marco will inbound the ball for UDA. Back it comes now out in front for Miller. There for Sean Herb. Jeff Miller inside, he goes with it. Reed for two. No good. Rebound comes down here to Troutman. Quick outlet pass up here for Schroeder. Schroeder for the hoop for two. It's good. (15-10). UDA by 5. Miller for Markle and over there for Herb. Herb steps in, looks for two. He's got him. Sean Herb for two. It's 17-10 with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Here comes that Troutman guy. Inside he goes with it now. This is Tobias trying to push his way inside. Puts a shot up. No good. Reed with a rebound. Quick outlet pass here for Sean Herb. Sean for two. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Shooting two as Tobias picks up the foul. And for Tobias, that's his second personal foul. Sean Herb at the line, shooting two. This young Tobias fellow was really wired down in Millersburg. I mean, he was he was really beside himself. It's now 18-10, UDA by 8. Sean can make it a 9-point spread with 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. Second shot by Herb is good, and it's now 19-10 with 36 ticks left in quarter one. Good to see the Trojans scoring this many points in the quarter. They've been a little lax lately. Here's Tobias driving one inside, putting a weak shot up, no good. Ball comes back here to Herb. He's breaking back 3-on-1. Great bounce pass over there for Marco, but Marco missed the shot. And then back comes the Indians with it as the ball goes over on the side. Tobias out in front, dumps it inside here. Whitmer trying to break inside on Reed, puts a shot up, partially blocked by Reed. Ball taken there by Bechtel. Ahead it's tapped now though, and going to be gathered in by the Trojans, or by Tobias, but a foul called on Sean Herb, I believe. Shut up, Yahoo! Shut up, Yahoo! Shut up, Yahoo! Yeah, Sean picks up his first personal foul as he reached in that time. Shot from the side at the buzzer, no good. And the score at the end of one, it's up and off and up by 9, 19-10 UDA. This crowd not too happy about it, but the other side over here, extremely happy. Okay, UD will inbound the basketball now as Jeff Miller gets ready to inbound for Upper Dauphin, and he does so here for Markle. Inside they go here for Bechtel. He'll spin it outside. Now Markle from outside and three-point land. That won't go. Rebound inside there, controlled by Millersburg as it went off Scott Bechtel, I believe. Here's Tobias. Quick pass out here now for Troutman. Miller coming up behind him. Troutman goes to the hoop and spins it in for two. 18-12, UD by, 19-12, UD by 7. Miller steps up from outside. It's good for two. All right, 21-12, UD puts the margin back up to 9. Jeff Miller with his second bucket of the ball game. This was a long one, but not a three-pointer. Anyway, over here for Hand. Hand inside it goes, bounces off Whitmer and goes out of bounds. And it will be UD inbounding the ball with an opportunity to get a double-figure margin over these Indians. Back comes Herb on the wing for Markle inside. Now back outside for three. Nope, in and out of spins, no good. Rebound comes down there and controlled by Whitmer. And back comes Millersburg. Has the ball tipped loose, gets it back. Troutman over on the baseline, puts a shot up. He's fouled, the bucket's good, and the foul will be on Jeff Miller. And Nick Troutman will go to the foul line, shooting one to get three for his Indians. Troutman shooting one. It's good. So he made 3 points out of that play. And makes the score now UD 21 and Millersburg 15. Inside it goes to Bechtel. He spins it out on the wing here for Herb. Herb steps up looking for two. He's got him. Sean Herb for two. 23-15. UD marching back up to 8. On the wing over here for Hand. Drives the baseline with it. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound tipped over here. Herb breaking back. 3-on-2 with Markle. Lifts it up and in. Good. Scott Markle for two. There's the 10-point double-figure advantage we were looking for. It's 25-15. Hand out in front. Now inside he spins it. This is Whitmer with it. Whitmer looking to go in on Reed. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound over there to Sean Herb. Herb from outside for two more. It won't go. Rebound comes down to Troutman, and Nick will carry it back for Millersburg. 15-foot shot short. Rebound inside, fought for. Let's see. It comes back out there to Tobias or to Troutman. He put a shot up, no good. Rebound coming back here, and here comes Jeff Miller with his second try at two. It won't go. Jeff gets the rebound, and he's fouled. Tobias will pick up his third personal foul. Tobias is a kamikaze player in there. There's no question about it. He doesn't care how many he gets. You'll notice the little dot in the bottom here going up. Well, of the 16 fouls, he's now got half of them. And that's with 5:33 left in the first half. Tobias checks out of the ball game. There's an inbound pass. Williams, incidentally, into the ball game now for Millersburg to replace Tobias. Here's Miller from outside for three. That's no good. Rebound spins loose in here, and Troutman has it for Millersburg. Over on the wing for Hand. Hand looking inside. Here's Vo. Vo's been quiet. Puts a shot up. He's fouled. Foul will be on Bechtel, and Vo will go to the line shooting two. Vo's first shot, no good. Vo's second shot is good, so he made 1 out of 2. And Scott Markle had picked up his first, or Scott Bechtel rather, had picked up his first personal foul on the last foul. Here's a pass inside for Bechtel. Now they go outside here for Herb. Herb for two from the baseline. Good shot. 27-16, 4:52 remaining here in the half. This is Hand across the timeline with it. Giving some challenge out front. Now he gets it over there for Whitmer. Whitmer on the baseline. Good pass, shot, and score by that Troutman. Nick Troutman after a good pass from Whitmer in the paint. Good move by the Millersburg Indians. Here's Herb over on the side. Outside Markle looking for three. No good. Rebound tipped around in there. Controlled by Millersburg. And back comes Troutman. Nick will take it. 15-foot try. No good. Rebound there comes down to Bechtel. Ahead here quickly. They pass it over in the wing over there for Sean Herb. Sean driving it up and in. Gumby Herb with a bucket. Nice move, Sean Herb. 29-18. Here's Hand with it. Driving the baseline. Putting a shot up over there. Good. Good shot by Hand. 29-20. UD margin at 9. There's a bounce inside. Now back outside they come with it. Playing Scott Markle inside. Scott for two. Scott Bechtel. I beg your pardon. Scott Bechtel. Too many Scotts on this team. 31-20. UDA makes it an 11-point game again. Here's Hand. Out in front for Williams. He's guarded there by Herb. Now over there for that Troutman. Hand tries to go inside with it. Nearly threw it away, but it's going to be knocked out of there by Whitmer. And no one knew where that pass was going. The Trojans stood by and watched it. Millersburg hadn't any idea where it was going. But it went off Whitmer's hand out of bounds, so UD gets the ball. Coach Foster hollering out instructions, as he does almost all the time during a ball game. And the fellas picking up those instructions as they bring the ball up court. Jeff Miller, he said, Jeff, get a three, and Jeff got one short. And the rebound comes down there to that Troutman. Dropping it back here. Shot from way outside for three, and it's good. That was Nick Troutman. Schroeder into the ball game also now for Millersburg. On the baseline for Reed. Reed passes it back in front. It's going to be controlled. Let's see. Ball tipped around in here. Over on the wing. Herb. For Markle. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Herb would love to get a 3, but he puts a 2 in instead. All right, Sean Herb, way to go. 33-23, 10-point margin. Williams over there for Schroeder. And now out front, Troutman. Williams driving the baseline. He's blocked off in there. Gets it out in front. A foul call. Foul will be on Sean Herb. Sean picks up his second. Time was called as Herb picked up his second personal foul. It's 33-23, a 10-point margin for UDA with 2:07 remaining here in the first half. Schroeder will go to the line for Millersburg now following that timeout. And he'll be shooting a 1-and-1, I guess it was. And it was no good. Now they changed things a little bit. Oh, now they're going to put Markle out here. In front, Miller on this wing. This is Miller with it. Markle and Miller. Jeff out here for Markle, over there for Herb. Herb would like 3. Whoops, close, but no cigar. And the ball stolen away. Inside it goes for Bechtel. He puts a shot up short. And a rebound comes down to Whitmer, so the Trojans missed an opportunity there as they got the loose ball, but failed to convert it. And back with it come those Indians. You got to watch these guys. Over on the wing it goes now. Schroeder inside. Here's Whitmer putting a shot up, no good. Rebound inside there comes down to number 40, Schwartz, and he puts a shot in. Markle out in front for UDA. 1:05 remaining. The Trojans could look for the last shot now. It's 33-25 as they're going to stall it out front and let the clock wind down. It's down to 55 seconds. Coach Foster passing some instructions in to somebody, and let's see, we'll back up here and just see how this is played. To the high post goes Bechtel. 38 seconds. Now they're going to start to move it inside anyway. Here's Miller. Or Markle for Miller. Inside they go to Bechtel. Bechtel for 2. It's good. So Scott Bechtel fires one in from 12 feet out front, and it's now 35-25, 10-point margin. Near wing over here for that Williams, dropping it back for Troutman. Nick out in front, he comes with it. Schroeder for Troutman from the side for 3. No good. Ball tapped out of there by UD, they say, off Sean Herb. Just 3 seconds remaining. 3 seconds left here in the first half. Inbound the ball over here for Troutman. Troutman looking for 3. That's no good, but he's fouled. They're going to say the foul was on Scott Bechtel. Picked up the foul, I believe. Yeah, I think it was Scott Bechtel. And the shooter is Troutman. He'll go to the line shooting 2, I guess, or is he shooting 3? I'm not sure. Let's see where he was. Shooting 3, I believe. Here's his first shot. It's good. Second shot, good. He made 2. Okay, he was shooting 2. Went 2 for 2. That's going to end it. Let's see where that pass goes, that shot goes. Anyway, 35-27. At the end of the half, UDA up by 8. Well, all teams are back in their pre-second half huddle. Now they're going to break the huddle and come out. UDA with that 35-27 lead. As we go into the third quarter, Millersburg will inbound the ball. And it will be Troutman inbounding the ball for Millersburg. Giving the clock a chance to wind down here. It's got 3 seconds and 2 and 1 and so forth. So I think we're ready. And here we go. Troutman on the near wing over here now for Hand. Inside they go for Whitmer. Whitmer tries to put the ball inside, but it rolls loose, and back with it come the Trojans. This is Scott Markle on the wing over here. Now they push it inside for Reed. Reed for two, but he's fouled. Whitmer will pick up the foul. It'll be a non-shooting before the shot. The Trojans will inbound the ball. And UD will inbound. Scott Markle will inbound for Upper Dauphin. It's Markle, Herb, Bechtel, Reed, and Miller out there. Inbound pass for Reed was spinning it out, no good. Bo with a rebound for Millersburg. So neither team has scored here in the second half. Here's a try for three. That's good. So they have now, as Hand bangs a three-pointer in from way out. And it's now 35-30. The UD margin, which had been 10, is now down to 5. Here's a pass for Miller. Miller again steps up for two. It's good. Jeff Miller gets two. Here's a ball spun out of there now as the Scott Reed, I guess, made the block on that shot. I'm not sure. It's 37-30, 7:03 left. Here's Miller on the right wing. Inside for Bechtel. Bechtel spins in, puts the shot up short. Rebound shot in there. Reed fights for it and grabs it. Pushes it back out here. Markle for three. Short. Rebound comes down to Whitmer for Millersburg, and back come the Indians. Troutman spins it over the wing there for Hand. Hand dumping it inside. Fake in there by Tobias. Fakes a couple times, puts the shot up, and Herb will pick up the foul. And that's going to send Tobias to the line, shooting two. Sean Herb picked up his third personal foul with 6:34 remaining in the second half. First shot by Tobias is no good, rolls off to the right, or to the left. And Tobias will try his second one. And it is good. 37-31, 6-point ball game. Herb on the wing now. Trojans have played steadily. Inside they go with it to Reed. Reed dumps it over here for Miller. He loses the handle on it. Forces a shot up, no good, and on the return, it's tied up in there as Nick Troutman ties it up with Jeff Miller. It's going to stay UDA ball. And Markle will inbound the basketball for Upper Dauphin. Back outside here for Herb. Miller and then Herb. Herb from outside. It's good. It's a three-pointer for Sean Herb. Good job, Sean. He hits, I think, his first three-pointer of the night. 40-31. Here's Troutman driving the baseline, puts a shot up. A foul's called. Foul will be on Reed. And Scott will pick up his second personal foul. That came with 6:02 left here left in the third period. Here comes Hand to inbound the ball. We're back out here now for Tobias on the wing. Now Troutman has it. Troutman looking to drive it inside, gets it back outside for Tobias. Tobias can't go inside with it, so he gets it back out here to Troutman. Markle on Troutman, dumping it inside they go now. They dump it there for Whitmer for two. It's good. Good pass from Hung Vo to Whitmer. And he got two. It's 40-33 for Miller. Markle, Miller. Reed on the baseline. Back outside. Jeff steps up for two. It's good. Jeff Miller getting some shooting accuracy here tonight in this ball game, as he's nailed a few. Here's Hand. Tobias, over in the wing it goes. Troutman from outside. It's good, and that's a three-pointer. So look out. Both these teams have firepower. 42-36. Markle over here for Herb. Inside it goes for Bechtel. Ball rolls loose from him. Gathered in by Millersburg. Back here comes Tobias. He walked. Tobias walked with it. He doesn't believe it, but it's true. 4:51 remaining in the third. UDA up by 6. Markle near wing here for Herb. Herb from outside for 3. No good. Rebound, let's see. Controlled by Tobias, and a foul called as Steve Troutman, who just came into the ball game for Upper Dauphin, picks up the personal foul. Steve picks up his first. It'll give Millersburg the ball, as Troutman will inbound here for Tobias, one would think. No, he goes over there for Hand. Hand across the timeline. Now he'll work it down the near side here with Miller on him. Picks up the dribble, gives it over here now for Whitmer, who gives it back to Troutman. Near wing here, Hand has it. Hand will dribble in on the baseline, spin around, dump it inside, ball tapped loose, but picked up by Vo. Vo for 2, it's good. Okay, UD cannot give him the inside here now. 42-38, the margin down to 4. Markle, near wing over here for Herb. Inside here for Steve Troutman. Herb from outside for 2. It's good. Slad here has got a little bit of stuff to learn about, I think, here, so we'll take a picture of him, and maybe Mr. Garrett would like to see some of his actions here at the ball game. I'm not sure. Anyway, on the wing it goes, and in the meantime, another 2-pointer for Millersburg as I lost concentration. Some of the language up here is ridiculous. Anyway, back with it come the Trojans. Out in front's Markle. Markle's looking for 3. No good. Rebound in there to Reed. Reed puts a shot up and it's good. Good shot by Sean Reed. And here come the Indians back with it. This is Hand. Hand spinning around out front. Puts a 12-footer up. It won't go. Rebound knocked out of there by the Indians as Hand come in there and gave it a wrap. Markle back into the ball game to replace Steve Troutman. 3:03 left here in the third period. Markle coming back, dropping it inside there for Reed for 2. It's good. Great bounce pass inside to Scott Reed, and Scott Reed put her home. Good job. Good pass by Markle. Now foul call over on the wing as Jeff Miller will pick up the foul.
Just like the first game. Just like the first game. Just like the first game.
Miller picked up his second. Hand coming back for the Millersburg Indians. On to the wing over there. Troutman drops it here for Hand. Hand looking for 3. It's good. Hand pumps in a 3-bagger, and it's 48-43, UD by 5. Markle, near wing over here for Sean Herb. He steps up and drops it back over here now for Miller eventually. Now Markle, near wing over here for Sean Herb. Sean puts a fake on it. The crowd wanted a foul, but a charging foul is going to be called on Sean Herb. Foul called on Sean Herb. And Sean's got to come out of the ball game. As into the ball game comes Steve Troutman. Sean is mad at the call and mad at being taken out of the ball game. And the crowd going bunkers here now as Sean Herb picks up his 4th personal foul with 2:15 remaining in the third period. So not good for Sean. Play back in now, following the timeout, and inside they go to Whitmer, jumping it back outside, looking for 3. No good. Rebound inside there, tapped around, and a foul called. Foul is going to be on Vo, I believe. We shall see here. Yeah, I believe it was on Vo. This scoreboard down here is a little difficult to tell. 2 minutes remaining. Yeah, it was on Vo. Inside it goes to Reed. Reed for 2. No good. Rebound tip back out here. Hand controls for Millersburg. Coming back with Schroeder, with, wait a minute, a walk. A walk called. Good call as Williams went for the walk. And it will be UDA putting the ball in play with 1:47 left. 48-43 43, UD. Marco. Inside they go with it for Reed. Reed puts a shot up. He's fouled. The foul will be on either Whitmer or... Okay, it must have been on 23, Troutman. And this is going to send Scott Reed to the line. He'll be shooting 2. Here's Reed's first shot. It's good. Troutman picked up his third. Second shot, no good. Rebound comes down there to Whitmer. On the wing he goes with it. Hand dribble, drives the baseline, puts a shot up off the side of the basket. No good. Rebound comes right back there to Vo. He'll drop it back outside now for Troutman as Nick gets it over here for Hand. Inside they go to Whitmer. Back outside for Troutman. He fakes it, goes to push one up. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Reed, dumping it back over here for Jeff Miller. Good rebound by UDA, Scott Reed that time, as they were driving for it inside there. And Reed came down with it nicely. Markle back over here now for Steve Troutman. Over for Jeff Miller. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Markle for Steve Troutman. Scott Markle. Troutman will hold on to it here a little bit. Gets it across there now for Miller. Jeff standing over on the right wing side. Passes it back out here for Markle. Clock down to 22 seconds. Miller takes it down. Brings it back out here for Markle. Now they'll try to work it in. Steve Troutman. Over to Jeff Miller. On the baseline here for Reed. Reed dribbles inside. Passes it back out here for Markle, and Markle will be called for a walk. They didn't get anything out of it, but they did wind the clock down to 3 seconds. And so we'll see if we can stop them here. We didn't gain anything, but we won't lose anything if we can hold them here in this final 3 seconds of the third quarter. Inbound pass coming back here, tapped away by UDA, and that's going to do it. The third quarter will come to an end. No shot, no foul. And that makes the score 49 UD, 43 Millersburg, a 6-point ball game going into the fourth and final period. Okay, the fourth period gets underway with Millersburg having the ball and also having a 6-point deficit here behind our Trojans. Tobias into the ball game for Millersburg again. Over the wing it goes here for Hand, however. Hand looking for something inside, gets it back out here to Tobias. Now they'll drop it inside for Vo. He dumps it there to Whitmer for 2, no good. Rebound tapped around and a foul. The foul's going to be on Scott Bechtel, I believe. Yeah, the team's 6. The one more will put the Millersburg Indians into the 1-on-1 situation. For Bechtel, his third. And the ball will be inbounded now by Hand for Millersburg. Whitmer outside here. Here comes Tobias raging into the hoop for 2. Tobias gets 2, and it's now 49-45. Markle for Miller. Markle and Miller. Miller stepping up for 2. No good. Rebound inside there to Vo. They're getting good shots. The Trojans aren't blocking out, and they are getting some good rebounds. Vo for Tobias. Now Williams. Shot, no good. Rebound comes down here. Here comes Jeff Miller. Can Jeff get 2? No, he can't. Can Markle get 2? Yes, he can. All right. Jeff Miller, I'm telling you, that young fella is snake bitten when it comes to layups. He just struggles and struggles, but he does a good job out there. Anyway, 51-45, Hand with it. On the wing now, they try to go inside. A foul call. Foul will be on Scott Reed. Reed can hardly believe that one, but for Scott, it is his second, or maybe third. Yeah, his third. Scott picks up personal foul number 3. And Whitmer will go to the line shooting 2. First shot, or 1-and-1, I guess it was. First shot was good. 51-46. And a referee warning Hung Vo over there. He came into the lane just a little bit too rough. Second try, good. For 51-47. That 4-point margin now. Trojans would like to open that up if they can here. It's a good ball game. Two very good teams playing here this evening. Playing for the league championship. Across it goes for Miller. Inside here for Bechtel. Bechtel for 2, no good. Rebound to Vo. And let's see, he still controls it. And back come Hayen. Bounce pass over there in the wing. Turnaround shot, no good. Rebound in there, however, is good. That was at Whitmer. And we're looking at a 2-point ball game now, 51-49 with 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the contest. Sean Herb on the bench for UD, or no, he's in the ball game now. Hold everything. Foul called. Foul will be on Reed, I believe. Well, I didn't see that. I'm not sure what happened there. At any rate, here comes Hayen to the hoop for 2. No good. Rebound inside there, gets wrestled out of bounds as Bechtel fights for it along with Whitmer, and it's going to be UD ball. Trojans right now need to pull ahead again to open up a little breathing room. They lead by 2. Markle for, well, back to Markle. Here's Sean Herb from outside. No good. Rebound comes down there to that Whitmer, and the Millersburg Indians can come back and tie up the ball game, and this crowd will go berserk if they do. Pass outside here for 3. No good. Rebound comes down there, and it's controlled by Jeff Miller. For Markle. Scott Markle. Inside he goes for Bechtel. Bechtel for 2. Wouldn't go. Rebound comes down to Vo. This is Troutman. Troutman's got to take it up, but a foul called. Where's the foul? Not sure. Timeout's called. Foul was on UDA. We'll see if we can watch the button go up. At any rate, time called. 4:59 remaining, and it's 51-49 UDA. Both teams got here tonight by losing 1 game in the second half. Millersburg, of course, beat Upper Dauphin. And Halifax, I guess it was dropped, or no, it was Greenwood knocked off Millersburg. It's going to be UDA ball now as the Trojans fought for it over there, and they gained the rights to it, and Miller will inbound. Markle coming back for UDA. Inside to Reed. Near wing over here for Sean Herb. Over there for Jeff Miller. Jeff steps up. He's looking for 2, a little long. Rebound comes down there, and it's going to be controlled by Tobias of Millersburg. Ooh, nearly tapped out of there by Miller. But out in front, Vo has it. He'll drop it back here for Troutman. Nick Troutman, over the wing he goes with it. Here's Tobias dribbling it inside. Pushed it away in there by Reed, and back with it come the Trojans. Herb, stop it, pop it off the glass. No good, but a foul call. Foul will be on Nick Troutman. Herb will go to the line, shooting 2. Herb to the line, shooting a pair. Sean's first shot is good. Atta boy, Sean, we need all we can get. 52-49. Sean can make it a 4-point margin. And he didn't, though, but the ball's tapped over there, and Vo has it. 52-49, still a 3-point ball game. UDA on top. Here comes that Nick Troutman. Inside for Whitmer. Whitmer for 2. No good. Rejected by Reed. Back with it come the Trojans. Bound pass over there for Jeff Miller. Can he make one? No. And back come the Millersburg Indians. Vo on the baseline for 2. That wouldn't go. Rebound comes out in front. Hand spins around. He's fouled. And the foul will be on Markle. The foul will be on Markle. I don't even think Markle was in the play, but Scott's got to pick up the foul. And, well, he must have been. Hand will go to the line shooting 2. First shot. The first shot is good by Hand. His second shot, no good. Rebound comes down here to Markle. Bounces it back over there for Herb. Sean playing with 4 personal fouls. One of them was an offensive foul, a charge. Sean should hang up a 3. He knows he can. Here's his attempt. No good. Rebound comes back here now on the ball. Tapped away in there. Look out. Stolen away by Sean Herb. With a good play back over here for Jeff Miller. Out in front. Now back over here for Herb. Herb looking for something to happen. Wants to make something happen. Dumps it on the baseline. Out of bounds it goes through the hands of Scott Bechtel. A fast, hard throw. And Bechtel could not control that, so it'll be Millersburg with an advantage. Here's Hand coming back. Stopping and giving it over here now for Tobias. And now Hand's got it back again. Goes inside with it for Whitmer. Back outside here to Troutman. Troutman from 12 feet out. It's short. Rebound comes down. There's an over the back, but no call. And back with it comes UDA's Scott Bechtel. He'll hold it up and give it here for Sean Herb. And now Markle out in front. Oh, Herb wants to put a 3 in so badly. Now he lost the handle on the ball. Picks it back up again, however. Gets it over here for Miller. Out in front for Markle. Markle playing with it out here over there for Herb. Sean winds it on the wing. The Trojans in no particular hurry for Herb. Herb dribbles it in, now passes it back out here for Markle. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's a kickball. Tobias chases it down, but with 2:19 left in the ball game, 52-50, UD by 2, and they are deliberately playing for a good open shot if they can get it. They lead by 2. It doesn't matter how many you win by as long as you win. So they can take their time and play for a good shot. We'll stay back this time a little bit, see what's going on underneath. Herb getting tangled up over there, gets it out here for Bechtel. Bechtel trying to dump it inside. Ball rolls loose. Reed picks it up for up and off and spins one up, no good. Rebound on the far side, controlled by Herb. It's good. Sean Herb gives the Trojans a 4-point lead. And back with it comes Hand. Across the timeline he goes. Near wing over here now for Troutman. Minute 45 remaining in the game. Shot put up, no good. Reed with a big rebound. Here comes Sean Herb. Will he dunk it? No, as he is fouled. It's an intentional foul. It's a 3-point foul. And Sean will go to the line to shoot 3. Hang on, Sean. Don't get funny now. We want you to stay calm. And Hand goes over and gives him a hand. And Sean will be at the line shooting an intentional foul, which he'll be shooting 2. And then the Trojans will get the ball to inbound. Sean was going for the dunk. And we'll find out now whether we can get 2 of these. And Sean, one heck of a good foul shooter, certainly can give the Trojans a couple here, and then we'll get the ball back in play. Here's the shot. In and out it spins, no good. Okay. Second shot by Herb is good. So he made 1 out of 2, and that's going to give the Trojans the basketball out of bounds underneath their own bucket. So, man, could we use these? 55-50, UD by 5 with 1:42 remaining in the ball game. And Marco will inbound the basketball for UDA. Over here for Herb. On the right wing. Sean out in front, gives it to Miller. The Trojans can again stole that ball. Here's Herb. Out in front. Herb bounces it inside for Bechtel. Back over here for Herb. Now back out for Miller. Swinging it over on the far side. Markle has it. Markle goes to take it inside, but he's fouled. Tobias just fouled. Let's see, is he out of the ball game? Nope, picked up his 4th. It'll be the team's 6th, so they're not shooting. Clock down to 1:17. Can the Trojans hang on there? We hope so. Marco will inbound the ball. Timeout called by Upper Dauphin. So the Trojans have the ball to inbound. They've got a minute, 17 seconds to reel off here, and they can become the Tri-Valley League champions for 1992-93. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, UDA will inbound the ball as Marco will inbound with 1:17 remaining in the ball game. Inbound pass over to wing over there. Herb gets it, gives it back here, but it's going to be stolen away. Shot put up by hand is good. 55-52, and timeout called by Millersburg. So the game is not over. We're now down to a 3-point margin, and that can be trouble against these Indians. They only clicked off 7 seconds, and they've snuck up to within 3. Timeout is over. Marco will inbound the ball for UDA. For Miller. Four-court pressure put on by the Indians, but that didn't work long as Sean Herb's got it. Over there, now they give it back to Sean. He dumps it back outside here for Miller, near wing over here for Marco. Marco will hold on to the basketball as they wind a little bit of time off, and a foul called, a holding foul of Tobias. He's done. Tobias has just picked up his 5th personal foul. He'll leave the ball game. Where's he going? He's going to give the valedictory address before he leaves. All right, anyway, to the line goes Scott Markle. Scott with a couple of big free throws here. We need the first one. He's shooting a 1-and-1. Here's his first shot. It's no good. Rebound comes down there to Whitmer. Over there for that Troutman. He's a 3-point shooter for sure, he and Hand. And they need 3. Hand out in front with it now. He'll look to pass it inside or throw it. I don't know what he did, but anyway, UD has the basketball. Markle across the timeline, dumping it over here for Herb. Herb looking to go on the baseline to Reed. Reed picks up the ball as it got gotten loose. Herb comes out with it, and let's see. A foul call. The foul will be on Millersburg. And Sean Herb, probably one of our best, if not the best, foul shooter, will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. 27 seconds remaining. Sean's first shot, no good. Millersburg still with a breath of hope. Here comes good for 3. No good. Rebound in there, and a foul call. The foul will be on Williams. And again, Sean Herb will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Come on, Sean, we need this first one. Nobody knows that better, of course, than Sean Herb. So let's see if Sean can hit this first one this time. Clock down to 20 seconds. Sean Herb at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. His first shot is good. And that makes it a 4-point ball game now, 56-52. Sean hits this one. It will give us just a small gasp of fresh air. Man, is it hot in this gymnasium, by the way. Second shot by Herb is good. Sean the clutch makes 2. Back comes Hand for 3. It's good. And timeout called immediately by Millersburg. Again, down to a 2-point margin. It's 57-55 with 14 seconds left. What a ball game. Sheesh. Well, the Trojans and the Indians putting it all on the line now. 14 seconds remaining in the ball game. Markle to inbound for Upper Dauphin. Scott can run the baseline, they say. Over here it is for Sean Herb. Sean's fouled. The foul will be on 43. That's Williams. He picks up the blocking foul. And again, Sean Herb will go to the line, and he will be shooting a 1-and-1. Talk about a big number 1 shot here for Sean Herb as he trails, or we lead by 2. Sean looking to put that first one in for sure. He just made one a moment ago. Here's his first shot. It's good. All right, we're back to a three-point ball game now. As Sean, again, can make it a 4 if he can hit this one. Here's his shot. No good. Rebound comes off here in Millersburg with yet another opportunity. Clock down to 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Hand with it out here. Gets all tied up. Passes the ball up in the air. Controlled by Marco. The game ends. Upper Dauphin is the champion. Upper Dauphin has won with a final score. Upper Dauphin 58. The Millersburg Indians 55 in one heck of a super ball game. And needless to say, the team is going bananas. Coach comes over and congratulates the Trojans, and Coach Foster is going to go over and congratulate the Millersburg Indians. What one heck of a ball game they gave Upper Dauphin here tonight. And of course they feel bad in losing, but our crowd really feels great in winning, to say the least. So the Trojans have done it twice in a row here now. They played Newport for the league championship a year or two ago and beat the Newport Buffaloes over here, and now they come back and prevent this thing from going into yet another ball game as they win the ball game tonight by a final score of 58-55. One heck of a struggle. Congratulations really to both ball teams as they really put up a very, very strong effort. Neither ball club willing to say die, and I'm telling you, it has been a tremendous wrap-up to a tremendous season. Trojans now go to 22-2 overall. They're ready for their first playoff game coming up Tuesday, March the 2nd, I believe it is. And we'll be there to see that game as well. But for now, the Trojans, with the big victory tonight, have won yet another Tri-Valley League Boys Basketball Championship, and we congratulate every one of them as they'll have the cutting down of the nets here now in just a moment, and we'll stay by and follow that. All right. Very happy, very cheerful UD crowd filing out of here now. And they're going to cut it down with very little help. Steve Trotwood up there to make the first nip. He's got it. All right. Steve gets to be the first nipper out there. And the second guy will be Scott Reed. Scott jumps up, hangs onto the rim, and pops the second one off of there. No, not yet. Yes, he did. Scott, who has been so instrumental in the success of the ball club this year, gets his nip at it. See who else is big enough. Oh, Sean probably could jump up over it now. He's flying high, as you can imagine. He's being assisted there with a little bit of help from his friends. And Sean cuts one off over there. He's going to take another nip at it, I believe. Yep, okay, Sean Herb. Basketball player extraordinaire. Scott Markle couldn't make the rim, but made the net. And now he's being held in position while he gets a nip at it. The Trojans just so joyful as the crowd gathers around here to watch these more or less traditional efforts as they trim down the net. Very nice of Halifax High School to provide the gymnasium as Dermot Garrett, who has come off the bench and played very well for Coach Foster this year. And Dermot gets his nip at it, and Dermot very much contributing to the ball team. Next guy up there, let's see, he's looking for a little assistance. This is going to be Scott Markle, I believe, or Scott Bechtel. And Scotty will go up and take a nip. Bechtel, a sophomore on the ball club, has a couple of more years to play, and he will just get better and better. Scott doing an excellent job this year. And now the point guard that we got here now is Jeff Miller. Jeff said, I never got that close to the basket before. He thinks he could put one in from there. Jeff and his problems continuing on the layups, but hey, came out a winner, so in hindsight doesn't matter very much. But Jeff had his problems with layups, that's for sure. Uh-oh, Sittlinger not having much luck, trying to grab the rim. He'll come in and get a whack at it. They're going to give all the Trojans, some of these were marginal players, but every bit part of this ball team. And Sittlinger, some of the likes of Sittlinger here would get in to give a guy a break. late in a ball game or late in a quarter perhaps when one of the regulars needed to come out for a whiff, and he did his job. And let's see, now we're going to have Pat Stroop. Pat Stroop played in the latter half of many ball games, and he'll get another opportunity to whack off a net, piece of the net, and it's good. He's going to take another slice because I don't know how many more guys we have remaining. The crowd is remaining, that's for sure. And of course, when he gets it down, they'll give him a big hand as he twirls it around or runs around the gym with it, whatever they do. I forget what some of the guys in the past have done with the net. And here is Jeremy Barge. Jeremy came into some ball games and shot up some three-pointers. And one game I remember, I think he had 3 threes. Oh, Jeremy's going to be favored with a nip at the net. And now we have Bill Miller. Bill is a junior. He played spottingly this year, but played well when he was in there. And Bill will get his chance at the net. And he has nipped her off. Let's see, I'm not sure who we have left. They're looking around to see if anybody wants a second shot at it, I guess. Looks like it might be Jeff Miller. Coach Foster's telling him, Jeff, go up, but don't miss the net. Anyway, there's Jeff with the final nip, and that did it. And so the Trojans victorious here over Millersburg. The Millersburg crowd has left. The Upper Dauphin crowd, which was very, very vociferous tonight, really letting the Trojans know where they were behind them, stands around and congratulates Coach Foster and all these young ball players for just a fine effort winning the Tri-Valley League here for 92-93. So we'll be seeing you later at the first playoff game coming up against Anvil Cleona. And we'll see if we can't do as well that night. So, good night from Halifax High School. Good night from the championship Upper Dauphin area Trojans. See ya. Folks. All right. Okay. Hey, how's it feel? All right.
Oh, it feels good.
All right.
Yes.
What do you think, Bill? Pretty good, John? Yes. You played a great game, John. Good season, though. Junior varsity-wise, yep. Yep. It's amazing. Good game, Scott. What? That's the official book?
That's the official book, right?
All right. Looks good. Did we win?
We won.
Okay, attaboy, Joe. Good.
I swung around.
Hey, Scott. Scott. Hey, Scott. Coach.